be a Steelers Super Bowl.
There you go. I'll try. There too. I mean, you guys are pretty regular on that. Of emotions, and it's hard to express it just right. I hope I did.
When did the finality kick in for you?
I think at the beginning of this tournament, really. Today, I'm not the kid. It was a tough day. I felt unlike anything. I haven't felt this way in a long time. I was emotional. We had an event at the Nantz National Alzheimer's Center named for my father. It tore me up pretty good, and I went back to the room in the mid-afternoon. I knew I needed about 2 hours by myself just to kind of gather myself, because I felt like my emotions were right there at a tipping point. And listen, I've been the most fortunate guy in the world. I grew up 4 miles from here, if that. Old Spanish Trail, over there off of Wheeler, in the dorms, loaded up with a lot of dreams. We did the opening tonight, by the way, about dreams, and this tournament having so much to do with that. And it was in that 101 Taub Hall, T-A-U-B Hall. I sat there and thought of having a career like this. And listen, I still got a lot more to do. I got to get to Augusta at some point tomorrow, if not Wednesday. But this was a really perfect place, as I had hoped it would be. It meant a lot to me to do this in Houston. I felt the love of the community, and I'm ready to go hug my kids. I had a picture of them sitting at the desk on Saturday, a picture of my mom sitting right in front of me. She was looking at me the whole time. And I had some big photographs that had been mounted by Jen Sabatel from CBS. And I brought 3 of them here tonight. One of them was a team photo with Raft and Grant and Tracy. And one was with the bass crew that I worked my first 20 years. That would be Billy Packer and Bob Dekas and Bob Fishman. And I had one on its own that was just with me and Billy Packer. I wanted them to be sitting at the table with me tonight, kind of symbolically, because all of them were on that journey. And I really know I could do this for a lot longer if I wanted to, physically able to do it. It's just, you get to a point where, you reevaluate your life, how you're allocating your time. And I don't mean to minimize anything about the NCAA tournament or college basketball. I'm hopelessly in love with it, and it's a love affair that'll take me all the way to my grave. I love it. I can remember more facts and figures and history than maybe anybody. And after tonight, I realized I don't have any place to dispense that information again. It's just going to stay up there in my head, I guess. And no one can love college basketball more than I do. There'll be people that love it as much, but no one can love it more. And I'm just so thankful that John McManus and David Person believed in me, wanted me to do this as long as I wanted to do it. But a couple of years ago, when I realized it was starting to get to that time, and my little ones, my oldest daughter was on the court with me tonight. This is a ritual, watching one shining moment together. She was at Final Four when she was 11 months old for the first time in Seattle in '95. And once she got into her teenage years, we'd stand on this court and watch one shining moment together. It's our time, our thing. We're going to keep watching it arm in arm. I just don't know where that'll be. Maybe it'll be in the stands next year in Phoenix. I'm grateful. As I said, and now I'm paraphrasing, I don't know, but I think the last thing I said on the air after the celebration and all the confetti had fallen, I just said, if there's anything I learned from this 37 years, is that everybody has a dream. And everybody has a story. Sometimes you all want to make an effort to find out what other people's story really is. Be kind. And I'm not trying to be playing off of hello friends here. I just want to say to my teammates, I want to say to my CBS CBS colleagues, the coaches, the players, the NCAA administrators, the people I met along the way. I just want to say thank you for being my friend. That's all I know. That's the last thing I said. I realize that I'm running on empty, and I need to get refueled. And to do that, I'm going to do something I've never done before between the Final Four and the Masters as I'm going home.
Would that be a challenge?
Back to the place where I belong.
Would that be a
And
challenge?
I'm going to be there tomorrow to see my little ones. And Daddy needs some hugs.
Doing what you got to do at the Masters, coming off of this, because you've been there and done that. This is a little different than what you've been through before.
I think what really struck me about this is just, it was in Houston. Houston gave me my chance and gave me my break. Came on the air tonight off the opening tees. There was a aerial shot, and I just said, Houston, the great city of Houston. It's a melting pot for dreamers. We had a good show tonight.